So welcome back. You're with me now in the Traffic Lieutenant's office here at Santa Monica Police Department, and we are with Lieutenant Candace Covarrubias and Sergeant Joe Cortez. What does the traffic unit do?
Well, Chief Traffic Unit, Traffic Services Division consists of about 108 employees, and that's broken down into Traffic Services Officers, which is our parking enforcement, our motor officers, which is overseen by Sergeant Cortez here, as well as our crossing guards. And the whole mission behind Traffic Services is to ensure that traffic is flowing. So we are the ones that are responsible to keep the city in a continuous flow. And we do that in a variety of ways. One is parking enforcement in the downtown area, as well as the beach lots, to ensure that there's enough mobility going around. We also do that by preferential parking enforcement to make sure that our residents have a place to park when they come home, because we all know that Santa Monica is a very visited and well-traveled city, about 7.5 million visitors a year, and we want to make sure that everyone has their place and everyone's safe in being here. So Joe will speak a little bit on traffic enforcement because that's his, and I give him a lot of kudos for what those guys do out there.
Chief, the ultimate goal of the traffic unit is to reduce traffic collisions. That is what we do through enforcement and education. So what I do, and with my officers, we look at the data based on traffic collisions, citations being written, and citizen complaints. So once we compile that data, we deploy our 11 motorcycle officers, including myself, out into the field to educate and enforce our motorists in the city. I'm happy to report that this year we've had 0 fatal collisions. That's down from 9 fatal traffic collisions last year. So we're very happy, and that's in line with what we're doing with Vision Zero in the city.
Talk a little bit more about Vision Zero. I think our residents hear that term quite a bit, but maybe don't really know all that entails. Can you describe and define Vision Zero for us?
Absolutely. So Vision Zero started in Sweden, and it swept to Europe. And the basic premise behind Vision Zero is absolutely 0 severe and fatal traffic collisions. And the premise behind Vision Zero is the simple fact that people make mistakes. And so it's incumbent upon us as public safety, as well as city management, to start designing our streets with that in mind. And as we go into autonomous vehicles and so forth, there's a lot of considerations that we need to start thinking about when designing our streets and when doing our markings and our traffic calming measures. So last year, Santa Monica made the promise to Vision Zero, and that is by 2027, the city's goal is to have 0 severe or fatal traffic, while at the same time ensuring that we have equitable access to all shared mobility devices.
And that's a great segue into one of the last things that I want to touch on is we don't do this alone. We work with our city departments to do that. We work with traffic engineering. We work with mobility. Talk just briefly about this City of Santa Monica teamwork approach to mobility here in the city.
Well, when we embarked on Vision Zero last year, all of us got together in the room, and that was Public Works, Traffic Engineering, Mobility, the Police Department, and all other city department heads, and they made a promise that everyone was going to be committed to this. So every quarter we meet and we look at particular intersections or areas in the city that may have a higher incidence of traffic collisions, and then we go into different things that we can do to make it better. Is it changing the timing of the light so that pedestrians have more time to cross? And we're seeing that in areas that have more of our elderly senior communities that may take a little longer to cross the street. We've done that in our scramble areas in downtown because it's so much traffic and pedestrian traffic, as well as bicycle traffic and scooter traffic and so forth. And then we're also looking at ensuring that our streets are safe for everyone who's on a bike. And so we have our shared roads now that are marked by green. We're starting to put some bicycle protection pillars so people who are riding their bikes on the street have a barrier in which to keep them from the car.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time and explaining some of these concepts to our residents, citizens, visitors, and businesses here about what we do to make sure that there's safety on the streets here in Santa Monica.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Sergeant?
Chief.
Lieutenant?
Chief.
All right. So we're back in my office now, and I just wanted to wrap up and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We struggle here at Santa Monica PD to make sure that we're getting information out to our community about what we're doing to impact crime, homelessness, and mobility here in the city. While we tried to kind of make light in this video, make no mistake, we understand the severity of the issues that are facing us, and we acutely feel our responsibility to impact crime, homelessness, and mobility in Santa Monica. As we work to get up to full staff, as we get more officers out in the field, as we concentrate on uniformed and forward-facing assignments in order to deter crime in the city and arrest when crimes occur, we will begin to drive down the crime picture here in Santa Monica. Along with the resources and the people we're putting to the problem, we are actively working on other strategic solutions as well, from adding in regulatory schemes that can help us work smarter, to also working with environmental design issues to make soft targets harder. So this is just the first in a series of communication pieces. I'm going to keep doing everything I can through video, through attending community meetings, and through every officer out in the field, pushing this message and talking with residents so that you feel and you know that you are part of our efforts here. So stand by. There will always be more to follow and more communication and connection with your police department and the men and women who serve you every day. Thank you.